Welcome to the 2025 season. We haven't done one of these videos in a little while, so we got a brand new job. The homeowner gave us a call after they just moved in. They're just not happy with their lawn, and so they want a transformation. So I thought it was appropriate for us to record the beginning process throughout the whole season and see what happens. So we're gonna go meet up with Chad right now. He's going to take a look around and hopefully we can work our magic. See you on the lawn. Chad,
What's up, Kat?
talk to me. What's going on this lawn?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
Just got here.
Okay.
Just got out of the truck. New lawn. Never been here before. Haven't touched it. Honestly, doesn't look like anybody's touched it in quite some time. So let's go see what we can see. I don't know. What do you see, Kat?
weeds, dead spots.
So lots of weeds all over the place. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. So we got lots of dead crabgrass here, down there. All this brown stuff is Nimblewell. Got my handy dandy soil probe. This actually looks like some grub damage from last year. And you can even see where some of the animals have been digging. You can also see all the mole activity running through here, all these tunnels. Lots of dead areas. All these dead areas obviously have to be rehabbed. So we're gonna need to do a lot of seeding and aerating work to fix all this stuff because it's spring and this isn't gonna fix itself. So if we come in and do some seeding and aerating now to get all these areas back into shape before we get into the heat of summer, that'll make a big difference. I'm also curious, again, first time being here, like I'm looking up here, obviously this is full sun, so it's gonna get a lot of heat, gonna dry out, but I'm seeing earth-type tall fescue. So one of two things, that tall fescue naturally has a deeper root zone, so maybe the reason all that we see is tall fescue is because that's what held up in those hot, dry conditions. It's also entirely possible that there's a chinch bug infestation here, and chinch bugs won't touch tall fescue, so definitely something to keep an eye out for. It's also possible that it's a combination of the two. Not a lot. So 4 inches or so. So this area is definitely going to dry out quickly. So that might be the whole reason why the only thing that's surviving is the tall fescue. Again, a lot of dead crabgrass and a lot of weeds. And all this crabgrass is coming back if we don't prevent it. But first, we need to get some new grass growing.
So if there's no grass on this property, how do we make grass come up?
So we're going to aerate and seed everything to get new seed in the ground and get new grass to grow. My concern here is, again, I'm probing and you can hear the rock beneath there. And now we're talking 2.5 or 3 inches of soil depth. So obviously this is all going to dry out very quickly in the heat of the summer. We're going to reseed this now, but we're going to have new grass going into the heat of the summer. That new grass does not have a well-established deep root zone to handle severe stress. Wouldn't surprise me, a lot of this struggles over the summer unless we get decent rain on a regular schedule or the homeowner can water. This is a challenging spot. Definitely not enough soil, and that's an issue.
So these rocks that are all over the property, can the homeowner remove them and it'll improve the lawn?
Yeah. I mean, the homeowner can take them out. They're big rocks, but obviously the builder or somebody left in there, it doesn't look like ledge. It looks like they're just sitting there. Some big muscles and take them out. even down here, like again, I kept hitting, felt like ledge, but like you can see all these rocks and you can see how shallow the soil is. So this is a perpetual issue unless we get a lot more soil on here. That means bringing in topsoil or composting year after year to build up the soil level and the organic matter. It's trying to be realistic and upfront with the homeowner about what expectations are. This is a tough spot. You don't have adequate soil depth, which means it's going to dry out. It's hard to maintain healthy turf when you only have 2.5 to 3 inches of soil. It doesn't take very many hot days in the summer for that to dry out and the grass to go brown.
All right, on to the back.
All right, so backyard, more of the same, hot, dry, dead crabgrass. Honestly, it looks a little better than the front, but this looks like it has a lot more hope than the front yard, should I say? The fact that it hasn't burnt out and died. Let's just take a look. Yeah, so, there's a foot of soil here. So obviously, plenty of root depth here, and all that soil honestly doesn't even look bad. The backyard's not a big issue. Just start taking care of it the right way and it'll start to come around. I mean, fertilizing to keep it strong and healthy, keeping out the weeds, the bugs, the grubs so the grass doesn't have that competition, aerating to cultivate the soil, and overseeding and putting the right grass in the right place. So better full sun varieties in our sunny areas versus shade varieties in our shady areas, and start building a better lawn. There's still things that could happen, but those are kind of the basics, and when you start to take care of all of that, everything else falls in place. This will look a lot nicer as time goes on.
What about that huge area right there?
This huge area right here, I have no idea what's going on. It almost looks like maybe it's supposed to be a garden, so I guess we'll just talk to the homeowner to find out if that's a garden or if they wanted us to seed that. Also looking back here, getting to see all the moss come in, and in this case, a homeowner's actually better off leaving the moss. At least it's green and it's ground covered. This is going to be so shady underneath here that we're not going to get any good grass to grow, even using the best shade varieties. My recommendation would be to do some heavy pruning, get better sunlight in here, make a nice lawn.
Okay, so sum it up for me. What's your expectations? What's the realistic time here? What are we talking?
So everybody says they see a big difference in year 1, but realistically we're talking year 2 and 3 when things really start to come together. That said, I would expect the backyard here to be looking a lot better by late May, early June, weather depending. What kind of summer we have is going to dictate everything. If it gets hot and dry, front yard is going to fry. Backyard is going to struggle too. Front yard is a major issue in terms of maintaining healthy turf year round. When there's only a couple inches of soil, it's going to constantly burn out year after year after year. The only way to overcome that is really to add some soil. Think about irrigation. Back here we have a foot of soil, which means that good healthy grass is going to hold up for the most part. Yes, if we get into an extreme drought or extreme heat, you can see some areas start to brown out and go dormant, but a strong healthy lawn is going to hold up a lot better before it succumbs to those issues and bounce back faster. Kind of looking forward to what we see back here because we're going to see a big transformation. Front yard worries me because I think we're going to do everything we can to make it look good. It's going to start to go in the right direction, and then wouldn't surprise me if it struggles over the summer areas that don't have an adequate soil depth. But we're going to keep checking on this property. We're going to follow along, see how it goes, and figure it out together.
All right, well, I'll see you next time over here.
See you on the lawn.